Let's talk about slope. You probably remember slope from Algebra 1, and the definition of slope is the steepness of a line. And in Algebra 1, we learned that slope is rise over run, rise being vertical, up and down, run being horizontal, from side to side. In geometry, we also learned the slope formula, which is y minus y over x minus x. And we'll show you how to use this. Let's try one. Let's see. Before we do, though, our slope, when we read left to right, just like we read words. And the way I do it is I think about my bank account. If that's a graph of my bank account, I want my money going up, right? Not down. So if it's going up, cha-ching, that's positive, that's good. If it's going down, that's bad. So that's how I read positive and negative. Here we have an example of 2 points, and we want to find the slope of that line segment. So the way we did it in Algebra 1 was rise over run. So I would count along the grid lines. And my rise is 6. My run is 4. So I would put 6, my rise, over 4, my run. And then I'd have to simplify it, which gives me 3/2. With our formula, we can do y minus y over x minus x. And we remember that y goes over x because you always put yourself over your x. And then we just plug in our numbers. So I will take my 2 points, and whichever one I start with, I have to start with both times. So if I start with point A, I have to start with point A on the bottom too. So -2 is my y value for point A, minus 4, my y value for point B, over -4, which is my x value for point A, and minus 0, my x value for point B. I can plug this into Desmos just like I see it, and I get back 3/2. So that's our slope of AB. Let's try another one. Find the slope of the line that passes through the origin and the point 5, 5. Now, we have to remember the origin is 0, 0. So we're going to use our slope formula, y minus y over x minus x. Remember, yourself over your x. And then I replace those with the numbers from my point. So I have 5 minus 0 over 5 minus 0. Plug it into Desmos, and I get 1. Let's try one more. For this one, it says find the apparent slope of the line graphed. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decide if it's positive or negative, and then mark out the answers that are not what I'm looking for. If I look at that, remember we read from left to right, just like we read words. And if that's my bank account, that's bad. That's negative. So I'm going to mark out my 2 positive answer choices. Then I'm going to go back to the line, and I'm going to try to find 2 perfect points. A perfect point is where it goes right through the corner of one of those boxes. So I have one right there at -2, 4. I have another one at 1, -2. There's several more. It doesn't matter which 2 I pick as long as they are perfect points. So 1, -2 is the other one I picked. I'm going to use my slope formula. And then I'm going to take my y's and my x's, and I'm going to replace them with our values from our points that we found. So my y value for the first point is 4, minus the y value for the second point, -2. So 4 minus -2 is going to replace my numbers on the top. And then I started with this one, so I got to start with this one on the bottom, -2 minus 1. So I replace those numbers. I plug that into Desmos or a calculator, and I get back -2, which is our answer. All right, that's it for today. Let's practice.